Everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. Where we left off was the decision to fight or not fight at Ryuudou Temple. And while I almost didn't have the chance to record today, I ended up having to carve out the time. Because, I could see it. I feel like there's going to be some stuff that happens today. Like, I feel like it's going to pick up. Maybe I'm wrong, but I ended up carving out the time today, so here we are. Let's go ahead and jump right into the episode. I might actually, for real this time, not be able to record tomorrow, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll just see if I end up too busy. I don't think it's that big a deal if I miss a day or two after doing daily uploads of 2 hours for 9 days straight, right? Okay. The conversation is over. Josaka has returned to her room, and Saber returns to her room as well. Staying alone in the living room, I really regret what I did. No, it's too late already. I could have put it another way, so why? Why could I only convince her using words that make her look like that? Feeling a little bit of regret, I see. Ooh, we got an interlude. What is this? It is a quiet, windless night. The time is past midnight. There's nothing moving, and every living thing is asleep. A settled darkness. The town is like a dark sea that only has moonlight to illuminate it. The clouds are moving. There is no wind at ground level. But way up in the sky, the air is roaring and letting the overlapping clouds flow.
風が出るな。
Okay. So, is this Saber perspective? Interesting. So, what's with the giant black bars at the bottom? Is that just part of this section? Maybe she can hear the wind. Looking up at the wind in the sky, she mutters quietly. Is this something like from the last Holy Grail War? No? Oh, no. The one standing quietly in the yard, glaring at the sky, is a girl called Saber. Her golden hair is beautiful, even in the dark night, and her clear green eyes are watching the appearing and disappearing moon. She casts a glance to the corner of the yard. There's an old shed, and her master is sleeping inside it.
あなたが戦わないというのならいい。
A clang. The echo of steel melts into the night without reaching anyone's ears. The moon disappears and appears. And the instant the clouds in the sky float past, the girl's appearance has completely changed. Heavy, hard silver armor. Her figure covered in blue clothes is not something you can call a girl now. Impregnable defenses made from magical energy overpowering others, and an invisible sword hidden by magical energy beyond human levels. That figure, said to be invincible on the battlefield, proves their existence to this day. Even with the invisible sword, Her Majesty proves that she is an excellent swordsman. That is why she is Saber. The one said to have the greatest power of the seven servants, the hero of the sword. A knight amongst knights, true to decorum, and acting on its master's orders. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she is an ideal swordsman who will not disobey her master. But that ends today. Oh no! She is hereby disobeying her master's orders. No, she's not disobeying her master. She has considered how to make her master win, and the result of her decision is this.
彼は甘い。それでは他のマスターに殺されるだけだ。
Oh man, wait. What is she doing? I mean, it said she's ignoring his orders, so... What, is she going to fight then, I take it? But her master this time will not be able to fix his personality. So it'll be her role to devote herself to being heartless. If the master is not going to fight, his sword will have to fight. Oh jeez.
傷は癒えていない。マスターからの魔力供給も期待できない。
Yeah, those are brutal conditions for Saber. But still, there will be no hindrance in battle. Confirming her own abilities, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no more interest in the shed her master is sleeping in. As she has taken arms, the only thing in her is the will to defeat her enemy. Oh lord. The moon glooms. Just as a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the house. Oh, she's really going for it. Oh man. She runs through the darkness. The Silver Knight runs through the sleeping town. There is only one destination, the sacred mountain on the outskirts of town, the Ryuudou Temple located on top of it. Even Saber understands how hard it will be to single-handedly kill the master at the temple. As Shiro says, it is obvious she will suffer great injury. In the worst case, she will be the one killed. But what kind of a servant would she be if she couldn't do something like this? A servant is supported by their superior abilities and the pride that they have built up. They have pride as heroes and a confidence that they are the strongest, who have fought through many battles. She is a heroic spirit passed down and honored from ancient times, so defeat will not be acceptable no matter who the enemy is. No, even imagining defeat is unforgivable. Even though some childish parts remain, she is no exception. Because she is crowned with the name Saber, she cannot ignore her pride. Her pride will not allow her to just observe when faced with an enemy. Therefore, she will not falter no matter what kind of trap is waiting, and all she can do is challenge by herself. If they say there is no chance of victory, she will create one with her sword. The sword in her hand is a fine sword that has defeated many foes. As she is the invisible heir, there is nothing for her to fear. Okay, so what? They actually, like, name-dropped what the sword is, or... That doesn't... That's not a sword I recognize. I don't know much about, various mythologies. Or, I mean, like, I know a little bit, but, like, not enough to, guess who these, like, servants are through those small hints. Because I'm guessing there's a pretty good chance that you could technically guess who it is based on that. Although I suppose I suppose you probably didn't need that knowledge anyways, if like it is actually guessable. I don't know if it is guessable. For me, it's not. But like for somebody who maybe has great knowledge of like history or mythology, right? Which, I mean, dang. I mean, I have pretty decent knowledge of those, but somebody with a way better than mine, right? I feel like an invisible female sword-wielding knight might be pretty obvious at first, but if it, like who it is, I don't know if there's multiple of those. If there is multiple, that maybe narrows it down to just one. I'm not going to tell you who, like what the heroic spirit could be, though. I don't have a clue. She runs through the mountain pass and up the road to the temple. What awaits her after the mountain pass are great stone stairs. Yeah, it's definitely fight time.
確かにこれは
This is different from the Ryuudou Temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is dead. The ley line of the land is already contaminated. I'd assume that's ley line. That's what I'm saying. Until I have reason not to, I guess. This place is a land of death. Once entered, one will not be able to exit alive. Well, that's a problem. But there's no hesitation. Saber's speed does not drop one bit as she runs up the steps. She runs through the scene. The sound of her kicking the stone steps echoes in the air, and the mountain starts to squirm noisily. They are long stairs. The temple gate is far away even for Saber, who is running like an arrow. To run such a long distance without being detected is impossible. There will certainly be a surprise attack. The gate should not be easily reached, but no matter what scheme awaits, the only thing to do is defeat it in advance. Nothing can stop her now. Even if Berserker appears, she will break through it. Oh, Jesus. She like gets in the zone. That is the product of her determination and confidence. Saber feels so complete that she can break through any obstacles. And at the top, when she's about to reach the temple gate, that obstacle appears. Who is it? It's one of Caster Assassin, right? Yeah, that ain't Caster. We can safely say who that is not. Okay, so Assassin is at the temple, which means if there is one more, I don't know, the one more at the school could be Lancer. Okay. Well, we almost have all of them pinned down now. Saber stops. Even she, determined to be any enemy, is surprised by this enemy. A natural motion. The gallant figure of the man that appears is far too lacking in enmity and unbelievably free of any openings.
Kisama.
Stopping, Saber readies her invisible sword. The man with the moon at his back wards off Saber's killing intent, as if it were just a light breeze.
Samurai ka.
Yeah, I don't think she expected that. She must be surprised by an opponent she has heard of, but never seen before. Oh, that means she's never fought one. I mean, that could be problematic. Her second Holy Grail War. Even for she, who has seen many heroic spirits, this is a first for a servant like this. Sweat forms on Saber's brow. Not because of fear, but because it is incomprehensible. It's not as if there haven't been strange servants like him before. There should be no servant more mysterious and suspicious than Archer from last time. Ooh, what was going on with Archer last time? In comparison to that, the servant in front of her has no fearful aspects, nor a fearful weapon. That is why it is strange. Nothing can be felt from the man. There's no doubt that he is a servant, but there is no sense of any magical energy, nor a hero's noble phantasm. So beating him should be easy. It is true that this match would be over in one blow, but her instincts tell her this. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a way to seize a certain kill. She cannot approach. It could be said that the range of the man's weapon, the Japanese katana, is hard to judge, but above it, Saber's location is at a disadvantage, but she's got the low ground. Wasn't a problem for Obi-Wan, though. Above and below the stairs, there's about 5 meters between them. She would certainly receive that sword before she could run up and rush him. But nothing can be felt from that sword. It should be easy to repel it, so she should not hesitate and rush in, but Saber instinctively understands that she cannot close in without care. She adjusts her stance slightly, and glares at the enemy in front of her. His identity is unknown, but she should at least determine the class of this samurai.
Kiko. Sonomi wa ikanaru servant ka?
I mean, does he have any obligation to tell you that? Saber asks, not expecting an answer. Oh no, she knows he has no obligation. With a smile.
Assassin no servant, Sasaki Kojiro.
Did he just give out his true name? That is bold. What? The servant says so as if singing. It is only natural for Saber to be surprised. Servants should hide their identities. Where in the world would you find a servant that just comes out with it himself?
Kisama, nani o?
Yeah, that's bold. He's gotta have a game plan if he does that, right?
何をとは無粋だな。立ち会いの前に名を明かすのは当然であろう。それが、そなたのように見目麗しい相手ならばなおのこと。だというのに、そのような顔をされるとは心外であった。
Interesting. He's just trying to be fair, I guess. Assassin. The man who called himself Sasaki Kojiro continues, as if enjoying Saber's confusion. Saber surely does not know that this servant is a swordsman who wielded a katana called Mono Hoshizo Shizao, and was often rumored to have no match in this large world. No. What would change even if she knew? His birth is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. The story was only told through word of mouth. There was only one who knew the existence of this swordsman, that being the worthy rival of the rare skilled swordsman, the one being his only enemy who defeated the man called Sasaki Kojiro. One cannot call this person a hero. The servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is in existence quite unlike Saber. What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who is who is usually not treated as a hero? Oh, that's a good point. He's like, yeah, here's my name. Doesn't change anything, though.
だが
There are only two truths in front of her right now. That this man in front of her is her enemy, and that he has given her, and then, oh my goodness, that he has given his name. Can I read today?
参りました。名乗られたからには、こちらも名乗り返すのが騎士の礼です。
So what? Is he just trying to appeal to her etiquette and get her name? Saber's voice in reply is heavy. For her, it is too risky to state her true name. She cannot reveal her true name no matter what torture she receives. She has no intention of revealing it. But that is only for the sake of victory. She cannot disgrace the faith of the knight for such a thing.
小次郎と言いましたね。アサシンのサーバントよ。私は。
よい。名乗れば名乗り返さねばならぬ相手であったか。いや、無粋な真似をしたのは私であった。
And he just stops her? I thought this was all a ploy to get her name, but it wasn't? Clank. Assassin descends the stairs elegantly and confronts Saber.
そのようなことで敵を知ろうとは思わぬ。我らにとって敵を知るにはこの刀だけで十分であろう。違うか、セイバーのサーバントよ。
That obvious?
そう驚くこともあるまい。貴様の持つそれが何であるかは分からぬが、身にまとった殺気は剣士のもの。目がくらむほどの美しい剣気。その貴様がセイバー以外の何者であろうか。
Another step. Assassin descends the stairs and directs the point of his sword at Saber.
神名など知らずともよい。ただ、セイバーというサーバントがこの刃に破れるだけの話だ。
He's certainly confident, but I guess you don't get here by being not confident.
言葉で語るべきことなど皆無。もっとより、サーバントとはそういうものであろう。
Could you imagine if there was a servant who was just like, no, I'm trash, man. Like, I think you're gonna win. That'd be pretty funny. Be stupid, but really funny. The swordsman smiles happily.
なるほど。それは確かにその通りです。
Answering, she readies her sword close to her.
それでよい。では、果たし合おうぞ、セイバー。サーバント随一と言われるその剣に、しかと見せてもらわねばな。
Oh, we cut him off. She swing? The silver light jumps. Hardness and softness. The fight between two very different swordsmen begins under the moonlight. Interlude out. Oh my god, are you serious? We don't even get to know the result of the fight? Are you serious? No way. Although, obviously, we're back to Shiro. You think maybe he's gonna realize what's going on? I wake up with a burning pain in my chest. I feel like I've had an ominous dream. My body is sweating even though it's winter and I'm breathing hard. Feels like my heart is hot. No, it's more like forcibly having heat driven into my heart from outside. A small doubt. Before I think what it could be, my body starts to run. Is he on his way to Ryuudou Temple? Probably looking for Saber in the house first. Nope. I run into the room. I open the shoji and rush into the room Saber should be sleeping in. Oh, she definitely did, bro. No, it has to be. She's not here. She must have gone to Ryuudou Temple by herself.
バカ野郎、なんで体だって治りきってないのに、どうしてわざわざ
I'm so angry it gives me a headache. Why doesn't she obey me? I didn't say I don't want to fight. I just didn't want her to be hurt like that. I mean, she has too much pride for that, man. Nothing will happen sitting here. I have to hurry to Ryuudou Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. No, I don't know what good I'll be even if I go there, but there should be something I'm able to do. What are you gonna do, wake up to Osaka?
もうあいつめ女の子なんだからもうちょっとおとなしくしてろってんだ
Okay, bro. She's literally a heroic knight from the past. It's not that surprising that she's not this, like, prim and proper lady, right? And even so, like, she's a servant. Her job is to fight. I can't say I 100% expected her to, like, just disobey you like that, but it's not that surprising, I suppose, like, in hindsight. I run outside without changing, take out the bike near the entrance, and start to pedal with all my might. I go down the hill with no brakes. About 40 minutes to Ryuudou Temple, even if I hurry. Oh my god! That's not gonna help much. Unless this is like a you're 5 minutes behind Saber kind of thing. I don't know when Saber left, but I have to catch up to her, and every minute counts. Yeah, the problem is, doesn't she run at like supersonic speed? I mean, maybe she just walked. Oh, are we going back to the interlude? Okay. Oh. Oh goodness. The points of the sword cross. The swords are swung many times. Numerous blows. The sword and the katana repel each other, scattering sparks. The session of more than a few dozen blows does not change the positions of the two. Assassin, positioned above, does not retreat even a step. And Saber, trying to ascend the stairs, is unable to draw near and uselessly wastes time and spirit. Saber rushes in again. Assassin swings his longsword without difficulty and defends completely against Saber's charge. No, it isn't as simple as defending. If Saber's sword is lightning, Assassin's sword is a hurricane. Even though it does not match Saber in speed or power, its elastic tracks parry Saber's every blow. And then the counter increases speed and flows towards Saber's neck like a strong wind. When Saber steps in again after avoiding that attack, the sword she has avoided comes at her again in no time. In contrast to the straight path Saber's sword takes, Assassin's sword takes a curved path. Assassin's blade is graceful, but since it moves in an arc, it does not take the shortest route. So he shouldn't be able to make it in time against Saber's sword moving in a straight line, but there's something about Assassin that reduces that difference to zero. Oh, did he get her? The charge stops. Her sword won't make it in time against his sword's counterattack. She steps back, knowing the only way she can avoid it is to retreat. Oh, I thought I saw some red. Assassin's swordplay is fascinatingly beautiful, but at the same time, it is so fast that it's hard to follow. I swear, no matter when I'm recording, no matter how awake I am, I'm always yawning. Jesus, man, I'm sorry. Is that contradiction because of Assassin's skill, or the unfavorable position of attacking someone on the higher ground? Without a definite answer, she avoids the sword pursuing her and parries the point trying to pierce her neck. When she notices, she has retreated a few more steps. It's such a long sword. It should be easy to go inside on him once she has parried it away once, but she somehow cannot manage to do so. The enemy's excellent skill and the definitely disadvantageous ground. Saber bites her lips, thinking she would not have this much trouble with that longsword on flat ground.
さすがにやりにくいな。見えない剣というものがこれほど厄介とは思わなんだ。
Assassin does not move. For him, this is only a battle of defense. He has no need to chase the retreating Saber without reason, or forsake his advantage of higher ground.
見れば刀を見ることさえ初めてであろう。
Correct.
私の剣筋は邪道でな。波のものならば、まず一撃で首を落とす。それをここまで防ぐとは嬉しいぞ、セイバー。
My sword is a heresy? What does that even mean? I mean, unless I just have the wrong understanding of what that word means. Okay, it just means like strange, I guess. I've just never seen somebody say something is a heresy, right? I guess it makes sense. Now that I think about it. Just saying it's like strange or unorthodox, which it is. Saber's already noted that.
加えて打ち込みも素晴らしい。その勝負でこれほどの剣撃を行うからには、さぞ鍛え抜かれた全身であろう。
Yeah, her drive is something else. As he has no need to keep attacking, Assassin observes Saber calmly. His sword wavers, losing strength. She cannot charge as if that is an opening. There are no stances for that man. He can only use that long a sword if he can swing it from any position.
どうした？これで終わりというわけではあるまい。その不可視の剣、見かけ倒しではなかろう
に。いつまでも減らず口を。
Dang, Saber. Okay. Might need to back up your talk a little bit, but I respect it. The sword and the katana crash.
よし、当たりだ。
The longsword stops in empty space. Assassin smiles and looks at his sword blocking the invisible sword, parries her sword, and... Saber defends herself from the blow to her neck. Even Saber knows that it is because of her invisible sword that she's able to block Assassin's unfamiliar techniques. The invisible sword confuses the opponent's senses in both offense and defense. That is why Assassin does not follow through too much. She does not know how long Saber's sword is. It is too dangerous for Assassin to close in on Saber. If Assassin ever goes to attack Saber, that will be when... Saber tries to smash Assassin's head. That blow is perfectly dodged by Assassin, who merely retreats a bit.
よし、これで目測はついたな。刀身3尺余り、幅は4寸といったところか。形状は、セイバーの名の通り、典型的な西洋の剣だな。
So what? Was he so confident in that deduction that he's like, I'll just go back a few, centimeters and just barely dodge it, and be confident that that's how long it is? He talks calmly, but it does not even need to be said how good his judgment is. Saber's blows are too fast to perceive, even if the sword can be seen. But not only does he defend against the invisible sword, but he has figured out its shape.
信じられない。何の魔術も使わず、満足に打ち合ってもいないというのに、私の剣を測ったのですか、あなたは。
ほう、驚いたか。だが、こんなものは大道芸であろうよ。邪剣使いゆえ、このような技ばかり上手くなる。
なるほど。私の一撃をまともに受けず、ただ払うだけがあなたの戦いだった。邪剣使いとは、その逃げ腰から来た俗称ですか。
Brutal.
いやいや、まともに打ち合わぬ無礼は許せ。何しろこの長刀だ。打ち合えば折れるは必定。お主としては力勝負こそが基本なのだろうが、こちらはそうはいかぬ。その剣と組み合い、力を競い合うことはできん。
The fact that they're just saying this out loud is kind of wild to me. I feel like this is the exact type of thing you don't tell your opponent. They're just kind of like, yeah, this is my weakness. I can't do this, and I know You want me to do that, so that's why I can't do that. I'm sorry. It's like basically acknowledging that they know each other's weaknesses.
もとより刀というものはそういうものだ。西洋の剣はその重さと力で物を叩き切る。だが我らの刀は速さと技で物を断ち切るのだ。戦いが噛み合わぬのは道理であろ
う。That's fair.
まあしかしこれではいささか興がそがれる。もう良い頃合いだぞ、セイバー。いい加減手の内を隠すのはやめにしろ。
What, the noble phantasm? Is that what he's looking for?
アサシ、私があなたに手加減しているとでも。
Is she? And I kind of hope so.
していないとでも言うのか。何のつもりかは知らんが、剣を鞘に収めたまま戦とは舐められたものだ。私程度では本気を出すまでもないということか。
Is her sword still sheathed? No way.
ほう。それでも応じないという顔だな。
What? That is so disrespectful.
よかろう。ならばここまでだ。お前が出し惜しみをするのなら、先に我が秘剣をお見せしよう。
She taking another pierce through the chest. Saying so, the swordsman with the longsword comes down next to Saber. To relinquish his advantage of being overhead is the same as losing for Assassin. Assassin is certainly a skilled swordsman, that is only with the condition of these geographical features. If they were to fight on the same level, it is possible for Saber to repel Assassin's attack and slash his neck. But Assassin would know this as well. So why? It's probably about to use Noble Phantasm.
出なければ死ぬぞ、セイバ
ー。Yeah, it's definitely Noble Phantasm time. Saber's instincts react to that voice. He's telling the truth. It is not advantageous at all for Saber that Assassin has come down. The instincts that have got her through numerous battles warn her of her misunderstanding. She readies her sword at once. There is no time to hesitate. She only has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his longsword. There's about 3 meters of distance between them. With Saber trying to charge in, Assassin stands ready. That is a stance that the swordman has not yet shown in this battle. Saber charges in. A longsword is useless now. As long as she's inside its range, its length will backfire. I'm assuming that somehow is not true with the Noble Phantasm, but such logic does not exist with this swordsman. The lightning strikes. An evil strike that attacks with speed, overwhelming Saber. But it is not as if Saber cannot block such an attack. She moves her attacking sword into defense, and she repels Assassin's full power attack. Even Assassin will have an opening if that attack is repelled. In the small instant where she tries to slice Assassin's stomach... Oh, another one? In that instant, Saber trusts her instincts and rolls down the stone steps. She rolls down as if fleeing. She doesn't even soften her landing. Saber spins her body frantically and rolls down the stairs without killing her speed. What, did she dodge like a fatal blow? Saber stops rolling and stands back up. She stares at the swordsman standing calmly.
ほう、かわしたか、我が秘剣。さすがはセイバー。ツバメなどとは格が違う。
Okay, Saber's just built different.
信じられない。今のはまさか。
何、そう大した芸ではない。 たまさかツバメを切ろうと思いつき、身についただけのものだからな。
He raises his longsword a little, as if to trace the movement of the technique that inspired fear in Saber.
見えるか、セイバー。ツバメはな、風を受けて刀を避ける。早かろうが遅かろうが関係はない。どのような刀であろうと、大気を震わさずには触れぬであろう。連中はその震えを感じ取り、飛ぶ方向を変えるのだ。
Right.
故に、どのような一撃であれ、ツバメを立つことはできなかった。所詮刀など一本線に過ぎぬ。縦横に空を行くツバメを捉えられぬは道理よな。ならば、逃げ道を囲めばいいだけのこと。
Ah, of course.
一の太刀でツバメを襲い、風を読んで避けるツバメの逃げ道を続く二の太刀で取り囲む。
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seemed like the second attack was the real, or the real attack there.
しかし連中は素早くてな。この長刀ではまず二の太刀が間に合わん。ことを成したければ一息のうち、ほぼ同時に行わなければならなかったが、そのような真似は人の技ではない。
But maybe not beyond servant abilities, is that what he's getting at, or?
叶うことなどあるまいと承知したものだが、あいにくと他にやることもなかったのでな。
Ah.
一年寄進に通じるというが、気がつけばこの通りよ。ツバメを立つというくだらぬ思いつきは、複数の立ち筋で牢獄を作り上げる秘剣となった。
In her mind, Saber disagrees with Assassin's words. It's wrong. That technique is not as simple as that. About the same time? No. The two blows came at exactly the same time. Assassin's, Sasaki Kojiro's longsword doubled its existence for just that instant.
騎手はゼルレッジ。何の魔術も使わず、ただ剣技だけで宝具の域に達したサーバント。
Yeah, that's kind of insane, huh? That fact is what should be admired. That one blow made it clear. Sasaki Kojiro does not have a noble phantasm like heroic spirits have. What, if he did, you'd probably be dead. He has only his demonic technique, made possible by his godlike skill. It is impossible, but this mere human is equal to heroic spirits armed with noble phantasms.
だが、足場が悪かったな。ツバメ返しの奇跡は本来3つ。もうわずかに広ければ、横の一撃も加えられたのだが。
Ah. So what? We got lucky because of the positioning? If we were somewhere else, there might have been a third one, which maybe we couldn't have dodged.
そうでしょうね。そうでなければ不完全です。すべてが同時であるなら、ニノたちはどうしても遅くなる。それを補うために、横方向への離脱を阻む3の太刀があるはずだ。
いい飲み込みの速さだ。だからこそ我が秘剣をかわしたか。
That and her ridiculously good instincts.
素晴らしいぞ、セイバー。このような属性に呼び出された我が身を呪ったが、それも今宵まで。生前では叶わなかった立ち会い。我が秘剣を存分に振る舞える殺し合いができるのならば、呼び出された甲斐があるというもの。
Assassin readies his sword once again and comes down the stairs. He must be after Saber's neck. Saber is not confident if she will be able to avoid that secret technique again. Like Lancer's Gaibolg, Assassin's Tsubame Gaishi is something that cannot be allowed to begin. Do we have him saying that somewhere? I'm sure we do.
ツバメ返し。ツバメ返し。
Yeah, I don't even like hear this word at all. I hear the tsubame.
ツバメ返し。ツバメ返し。
It's more like gaish than gaishi. No, unlike Gaibolg, that allows you to find a countermeasure once you find out it will go for the heart. There are no possible counters for Assassin's secret technique even when you know about it. Yeah, if he has all the space he needs, that is. There is a countermeasure. It is only not to let him use it. To beat it, she must attack him with her strongest blow before Assassin uses that technique.
なるほど。確かに手加減など許される相手ではなかったようだ。
She lowers her arms. She lowers her sword as if to stick it into the ground. She glares at Assassin, who is approaching her.
ほう、そうか。ようやくその気になったか、セイバー。
The fact that she was going easy on him is disrespectful. Assassin stops descending the steps and readies himself for a certain kill. Saber looks at him bravely.
不満がないのはこちらも同じだ。我が一撃受け切れるか、アサシンのサーバント。
Saber releases her own restraints. Oh my god. The air shakes, no kidding. As if acting in response to her will, the sword erupts with a massive amount of wind. Assassin retreats a bit. The wind pressure released from Saber is extraordinary. Not only Assassin, but even the large firm trees of the forest are shaking and creaking. What? They're what? It is a flow of wind like an explosion. The trapped air is released and explodes outward. Oh, is that the ranged attack? This raging wind that would easily blow away a normal person is coming out from Saber's sword. That is the power of her sword. Invisible air is a sword that has wind sealed in it. The sword that covers itself in compressed wind changes the refraction of light to make it look invisible. So this phenomenon occurs once the wind is released. The released wind seeks escape and emits itself chaotically into the surroundings. In that instant, it is the commanding magic of the sword that allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. What the heck? With Saber possessing incredible amounts of magical energy, she should be able to hold this boundary field for a few minutes. As proof, her sword is still invisible, even though she has already released this much wind.
さながら台風といったところだが、しかし。
Why is the grace slowly falling? The power of the raging wind does not abate. The wind emitting from Saber's sword is about to engulf Assassin.
この程度のはずがない。その奥にあるもの、見せてもらうぞ、セイバー。
Assassin closes in against the blinding, raging wind. Saber's arms move. To attack Assassin, who is calmly advancing in the strong wind that allows no approach, the sword-clad wind roars and... Are you kidding me? Y'all really just did that to me? Oh my goodness. Oh, is he watching this go down? What greets me at the Ryuudou Temple is a typhoon-like sound of wind.
Saber, だよな。あそこにいるの。
At the top of the steps, in front of the temple gates, is an armored figure like Saber, confronting a figure in a kimono. The wind surrounds Saber, and the trees are creaking as if being pushed by her. Probably not, I wouldn't try. I can't even open my eyes because of the strong wind. I managed to get the steps looking down. Oh my goodness. I managed to get to the steps looking down. But the wind gets stronger. Get near Saber. I can see Saber fighting someone way up there, but I can't do anything. No, first of all, even if I do make it up there in all this wind, I'll only be a burden to her. My left hand aches again. The command spell on my hand is throbbing. I don't know what it means, but I can't help it because that image flashes in my head every time it throbs. Is he about to use a command spell to make her retreat? I reach out to the steps with my eyes closed. I lie down, trying not to be blown by the wind, and start to move upwards. Is this man crawling? The wind just gets stronger. Something must be happening above as even I, an amateur magus, can feel that an enormous amount of magical energy is about to be released. My command spell throbs. It is as if it is warning me about this wind, and about something that is going to happen above me. Saber's magical energy? But then... No, should she even be doing this at all? Saber cannot replenish her magical energy, so she shouldn't be using her magical energy readily. She has to leave me in charge of fighting and stay as my backup, or her magical energy will run out and... I get up and run up the stairs. This is no time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber's planning to do, but I have to stop her. It must be luck that I avoided it. Something like a dagger flies across right in front of me as I try to run up to the temple gate. I look toward the trees in the mountain off to the side of the stairs. There's no mistake about it. I didn't notice because of the strong wind before, but someone else is hiding near here. Oh no. I raise my voice. That voice that should have been drowned out by the wind echoes through the area, surprising even me. I look up at the temple gate. There is a man in a kimono holding a longsword, and Saber's back.
そこまでにしておけ、セイバー。その秘剣、盗み見ようとする輩がいる。
The man in the kimono says with a faint smile. He is staring into the forest like I am.
このまま続ければ、我らだけの勝負にはなるまい。生き残った者に、そこに潜んだ恥知らずが襲いかかるか、それともお前の秘剣を盗み見るだけが目的なのか。
What, are they about to gang up on whoever's in the forest?
どちらにせよ、あまり気乗りのする話ではないな。
The man says so with disinterest and starts to go up the stairs.
待て、決着をつけないつもりか、アサシン。
お前がこの山門を越えるというのであらば、決着はつけよう。何者であれ、この門をくぐることは私が許さん。だが、あいにくと私の役目はそれだけでな。帰るというのであらば止める気はない。まあ、そこに隠れているたわけは別だが、気に入らぬ相手であれば死んでも倒産し、生きても返さん。
The man called Assassin goes up the stairs. He just dipped.
踊らされたな、セイバー。だが、もう一人の気配に気がつかなかった私も同じだ。あのままでおけば危険のすべてを味わえたであろうが、良いところで邪魔が入った。そなたにとっては良好であったか。
We were manipulated. That can only really mean one of two people, right? That can only mean Tosaka and Archer, or Shinji and Ryder. I mean, it could very well be Shinji and Ryder, assuming that maybe talking to Ryder was relevant because she basically warns us that they have a plan to jump us at Ryuudou Temple. Saber's hanging her head in regret. The killing intent fades away. Not because of Assassin's word, but Saber herself must know it is disadvantageous to fight now.
そら、迎えも来ている。そこにいる小僧はお前のマスターであろう。盗み見をするたわけが、その小僧に標的を変える前に立ち去るがいい。
They already did. And Assassin disappears. He must have become a spirit, and it must be his demonstration that he will not attack us unless we advance. Saber does not say anything. She just has her back to me as she quietly stands there.
おい、セイバー、
There's no answer even when I call out to her. I think it's strange, so I start to go up the stairs. The armor Saber had on suddenly disappears. What? The girl in her defenseless blue clothes sways without turning around. I stop Saber with my arms as she falls back down the stairs. What the heck happened? She used too much magical energy or something? Saber does not move at all. She's unconscious with her eyes closed in pain. That's a problem? There's somebody in the woods? What? We just got home? We're not dead? How are we not just dead? Okay. I'll take it. I'm finally home. It has taken 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryuudou Temple. There were lots of problems, but we managed to get home safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light. She only weighed about 40 kilograms, so I wouldn't normally have been this tired. That's only if the weight isn't moving. I didn't know that it was such a hard task to carry a sleeping human, a girl too. The fatigue is great not physically, but mentally. It's because my attention was disrupted by things like her body's softness and by having her breathing softly right by me. Probably used too much energy trying to go Super Saiyan on Assassin. I look at the sleeping Saber. She must not be completely unconscious. She looks like she'll open her eyes if I call out her name, even though she's sleeping like a corpse. Damn, there's so many things I wanted to say when I left the house, but I can't say anything when she makes a sleeping face like that. I murmur. The instant I reach out to carry Saber again.
まあいいけど、シロがどんな趣味してて何をしてるかなんて私には関係ないから。
Wait, what? Hi, Tosaka. For some reason, Tosaka's in the hallway even though it is past 2 in the morning. That's a little concerning. 何よ、お化けでも見たような顔しちゃって。別に文句はないから続けていいわよ。私は水飲みに起きただけだし。I don't want to believe it's Tosaka who was in the forest, but that it is a valid concern, especially given that she is awake. But she probably wouldn't show herself.
いや違う、これは違う、すごく違う。その話せば長くなるんだが、つまりセイバーを部屋に連れて行こうとしただけなんだが、俺の言ってることを分かってくれるか？
ええ、まあそれなりに。
嘘つけ！全然分かってない口ぶりだぞ今の。
だから分かってるってば。セイバーが一人で戦いに行って、シローはそれを止めてきたんでしょ？
Yeah, pretty much.
で、何らかのトラブルがあってセイバーが気絶して戻ってきた。どう？これでいい？
Yeah, pretty much.
うん。すごい。全問正解だ。けど、なんだってそこまでわかるんだよ、お前。
Because I was there.
わかるわよ。セイバーが単独で戦いを仕掛ける可能性は高かったし、サーバントが戦いを始めればマスターにだって伝わるわ。だからこういう展開も十分予測範囲なわけ。
I figured it was just good deduction, but imagine if she actually was just like, because I was there. Now die.
そうか。それはいいけど。
So Tosaka predicted that Saber would go out to fight by herself?
で、どうするの？セイバーを部屋に連れて行くんじゃないの？ここに寝かしてたらいくらサーバントでも風邪ひくと思うけど。
Would they catch a cold? I don't know. It's a good question.
いや、だから部屋に連れて行こうと思って今。
I was going to carry her, but it's hard to do so when she's watching.
トサカ、悪いけどセイバーを運んでくれないか？
Not can you turn around. Can you carry Saber?
私が？まあいいけど。じゃあお茶でも入れてくれる？少し二人の話に興味があるから。
Tosaka picks up Saber. I'm uneasy about her being so understanding, but as long as I've asked her to do so, I have to go prepare some tea. Okay, I guess. Better be the kind she likes, bro. Just saying. Osaka takes Saber to my room. I'm preparing tea in the kitchen.
お茶って日本茶じゃないよな。紅茶って言ってもティーバッグの紅茶しかないぞ、うち。
Well, can't be helped if we don't have it. I decide she can complain if she wants, and I make the tea with a tea bag.
シロ、ちょっといい？
Yeah, sure, what's up? Oh, Tosaka's back.
なあ、ちょっと待ってくれ。すぐに行く。
I put the 2 teacups on a tray and head to the living room. There. Oh, hey, what's up? Next is Tosaka's Saber, changed into her normal clothes.
セイバー、どうして眠ってたんじゃなかったのか。
眠ってたわよ。けど、そういつまでも続く眠りじゃないし、ついさっき目が覚めたの。
Just took a nap.
どうも、一気に膨大な魔力を使おうとして、体の方から一方的に機能を停止させられたみたいね。ほら、電気のブレーカーと同じよ。そのままじゃショートするから、強制的に電源を切るってやつ。
Ah, so she tried to go Super Saiyan and her body said no. Fair enough. Saber's quiet as Tosaka explains.
お前。
Seeing her usual attitude, my complaints return.
セイバー、お前な、自分が何をしたのか分かってるのか。
わからないわけはないでしょ。
Okay, yeah.
私は竜道寺に赴き、アサシンのサーバントと戦いました。その折、私たちの戦いを監視していた第3のサーバントに気がつき、戦いを中断しましたが。
違う、そんなことを言ってるんじゃない。俺が言いたいのは、どうして戦ったのかってことだ。
またそれですか。サーバントが戦うのは当然のことです。シロこそ、マスターであるあなたが、なぜ私に戦うなというのです。
He has values, and I guess he's just gonna keep upholding them. I guess it wouldn't be that easy to get rid of them. Most of the other maguses have been trained to, not have them, you know?
いや、それは。
I unconsciously hesitate to reply. Well, battles are inevitable as long as I've decided to fight as a master. I know I'm contradicting myself by telling Saber not to fight, but still. I can't let something like that happen again.
私の方こそ聞きたい。シロは戦いを嫌っているようですが、そんなことで聖杯戦争に生き残る気があるのかと。
Yeah, probably shouldn't expect to.
あなたの方針に従っていては、他のマスターに倒されるだけではないのですか。
Of course not. I will repel dangers that come at me, and I don't intend to get killed helplessly. But aside from that, I don't want Saber fighting. Oh my goodness, dude. Bro. It's kind of her job.
違う、戦うのを嫌ってるんじゃない。俺は、
It's because you're a woman. It must be much simpler than that. In short,
女の子が傷つくのはダメだ。そんなの男として見過ごせない。だから、お前に戦わせるぐらいなら、俺が自分で戦う。
At least he came out and said it. I kind of hope they flamed the life out of him for that, but
私が女だから戦わせないだと。
Yep.
正気ですか、あなたは。サーバントはマスターを守るものです。私たちが傷つくのは当然であり、私たちはそのために呼び出されたものに過ぎない。サーバントに性別など関係ないし、そもそも武人である私を女扱いするつもりですか。今の言葉は訂正してください、シロ。
Golly. Saber comes at me with a glare, but I won't be pushed back by her pressure. What is she saying? That she is a knight before she is a woman? Yeah, that's exactly what she's saying. Saying such unreasonable things with that small body of hers that even I can carry?
誰が訂正なんてするか。そりゃ、セイバーは強いかもしれないけど、それでも女の子だろ。つまんないことにこだわるな、バカ。
What's the insignificant part?
つまらないことにこだわっているのはあなたではないですか。 まさか女性に守護されるのが嫌だとでも言うつもりですか？この身はすでに英霊、そのようなさまつごとなど忘れなさい。
Yeah, I'm with Saber on this one, man. I'm with Saber on this one.
さまつなもんか。もうとにかくセイバーが良くても俺は嫌だ。だいたい自分の代わりに戦ってもらうなんて間違いだったんだ。俺はそんな。
I can't allow someone to get hurt in place of saving me. I should be the one doing the saving. I've been working hard to become a person who can help others like my father, so this isn't the place for those ideals,
いい
man.
な。とにかくセイバーは戦うな。
Dude, you sound ridiculous right now. I gotta be real.
戦いは俺がする。それなら文句はないだろう。セイバーの望み通り戦うって言ってるんだから。
You'll be doing the fighting? You know how fast you would get diced, bro? Just because you don't want to let Saber fight? Because she's a female?
無茶を言う人ですね、あなたは。人間がサーバントと戦えると思っているのですか？素人では戦いにすらならないと実感しているでしょう。
Yeah, and to prove it, I'll beat the pants off you, bro. Pop. Knock you into next week. I'll knock you so far into the future. The Holy Grail War's gonna be over by the time you wake up.
ランサーに襲われた時を思い出してください。
Yeah, you died. You literally died. We're about to die a second time. He didn't even use his noble phantasm.
あの時、私が現れなければ間違いなくシローは殺されていた。それはどのようなサーバントが相手でも同じです。
I hope Tosaka jumps in and says, actually he was killed.
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからない。あの時は何の準備もなかっただけだ。けど今なら対策なんていくらでも立てられるんだから、やりようによっては寝首をかくことぐらいできる。
One singular attack on them would do nothing.
少子な。シローの立てた守りなど神も同然です。
Ouch.
今すごいこと言ったな、セイバー。
It's facts though, and you know it.
あなたこそサーバントを侮っている。人の身で英霊を打倒しようなどと何を思い上がっているのですか？
Yeah, that's a bit absurd. Saber and I glare at each other. It's no use. It looks like this conversation is going nowhere with no compromise in sight.
違うわ、セイバー。シローはサーバントを侮っているわけじゃない。そのあたりを誤解しちゃうと話が進まないから口を挟ませてもらうけど。
Okay, Osaka, please jump in with some amazing wisdom that ends this horrific fight. As in horrific to my brain cells.
リン、それはどういうことですか？
うん、要するにね、そいつ純粋にあなたが傷を負うのを嫌がってるのよ。どうしてか知らないけど、シローは献身と善意の塊だもの。
That is accurate. He's just trying to propose an alternative, I guess. Even if it's an incredibly stupid alternative.
ね、自分のことよりセイバーの方が大切なんでしょ、あんたは。
Yeah, pretty much.
そんなことないぞ。俺は別にセイバーが大切なんて言ってない。
嘘嘘。そうでもなければ自分で戦うなんて言えないわ。
Yeah.
だってあなた、自分じゃサーバントに勝てないって分かってるんでしょ。それでも戦うっていうのは自分よりセイバーのが大事ってことじゃない。
Well, it's like that if she says so, but...
だから無茶でも戦う。勝てないって分かっていながら勝とうとする。その結果が自分の死でも構わない。なぜならあんたの中ではどうしてか知らないけど自分より他人の方が大切だからよ。
Yeah, that's just kind of who he is. It's just kind of how his upbringing was. Looking up to his adopted father who kind of saw it that way, frankly. Right? Who was an incredibly gracious person, I suppose, from what we know. Or at least from Shiro's perspective. He wants to follow in his footsteps. No, I didn't mean that at all.
そういうことよ。わかるでしょ、セイバー。あのバーサーカー相手にあなたをかばうようなバカなのよ、そいつ。 だから本気で自分が戦うって言ってるの。
Yeah. I don't know how much of Tosaka's explanation Saber understood, but Saber takes a deep breath and looks at me.
シロ、
なんだよセイバー。
あなたが戦うことは認めます。ですが、それならば私にも考えがある。
What?
だから何さ。
剣の鍛錬です。シロの時間が許す限り、私はあなたに剣を教える。
Okay, I mean,
それを認めるのなら、私もシロの意見を認めますが。
it's very valuable that he's getting some training, but even still, I don't think he could even defend himself against most servants, no matter how much training you give him. Does that mean she'll train me in swordsmanship? Yeah, Rin's like, oh my god. Because she allows me to fight from now on?
待った。それは心の贅肉よ、セイバー。
Yeah, it's never gonna progress enough that it matters.
シロに剣を教える？やめてよ。そんな気休めでサーバントに太刀打ちできるわけないじゃない。
I mean, yeah.
それは当然です。ですが知らないよりはマシでしょう。少なくとも戦闘時の迷いは薄れます。あとはシロ本人の決意にかけるだけですが、実践とは得てしてそういうものではないですか。向かないものには何を教えても身につくことなどありません。
まあ言われてみればそっか。
I mean, yeah, I guess.
殴り合う覚悟ってのは一度殴り合ってみないと一生つかないものね。
はい。ですから一度、いえ、一度と言わず時間の許す限り、シロには戦闘の結果としての死を体験させ、戦いに慣れてもらわなければ。
To experience death in battle? Huh? Hey, he's already experienced that. He has already died. Someone need to tell Saber that? The two talk dangerously.
ちょっと待て。俺はいいなんて一言も。
Then propose an alternative.
じゃあ私は魔術講座にしとく。
Could you imagine if he actually like gets a legit training arc and becomes like super powerful by the end? I mean, that might be where it's going. That'd be the comeback of the century.
セイバーが体を鍛えるんなら、私は知識を育てるわね。まあ、初めからそういう約束だったし。
And how are we gonna have
明
time?
日から本格的に鍛え直してやりますか。
How are we gonna have time for all this? The other masters can be like, yeah, y'all go train, we'll fight over here. Like, at least one of them knows where we live. Aaliyah, right? The one with Berserker? Like, that's a problem.
お願いします。リンがそうしてくれるなら、私も剣のみに集中できる。
いいっていいって。じゃあ、話も決まったことだし、解散しましょう。明日はいろいろと忙しそうだから。
With what? School? Or are you guys just skipping that now? Osaka waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding.
私も休みます。シロも休憩を取ってください。明日は道場で汗を流してもらいますから。
She gives a small bow and goes back to her room. In the living room are the untouched teas and myself standing there dumbfounded.
いや、だから俺は一言もさ。
The words I murmur are ignored. Well, the already confusing situation looks like it will get even stranger. Can't even guess what will happen tomorrow.
ねえよ。とにかく体力だけは温存しなくちゃ。
Man, rip that perfectly good tea. Everything starts from my body. Well, you could say that I can only rely on the hope that if my body is well prepared, I can overcome any hardships. Training arc begins now. Okay, it is a new day, so we are going to save the game. 2-6 bookmark save. Okay, we're just gonna keep going, but this whole situation is just so weird. It's like the training could be helpful either way, but it's only happening because Shiro couldn't let a girl defend him, even though she's a heroic knight from the past. Like, I don't know, am I the only one who sees something wrong with that? it's one thing to like admire Saber's beauty, right? Like he did in the beginning, which was a bit much at first. But this time he pretty much blatantly came out and said, yes, I am sexist. And will not let you defend me only because you are female. And have a small frame. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Just seems a bit wrong to me. If I was in his spot and I had a girl who was like trying to defend me, I'm not saying no just because it's a girl. I'm saying yes, please defend me. You are a heroic knight from the past, and I'm probably going to die if you don't defend me. Thank you. I don't know. Don't want to focus on that too much, but just strange all around, if you ask me.
できれば誰も悲しまない方がいい。
That'd be convenient, wouldn't it? I do too.
自分程度の力添えで周りが幸せなら、それはこの上なく住みやすい世界だと思うんだ。
That was Kiritsugu's favorite phrase. The man who was a superhero to me was saying that he thought he was a failure. He didn't even need to explain it to me. The world of the young me was so different from the world of the adult Kiritsugu that the passing grade to be a superhero was different. For me as a child, the house was my only world. So it was enough for me if I could keep protecting my father, Fujini, myself, and the shed that I loved. I only tried to protect the ones I could see. But maybe Kiritsugu wanted to do something about even the ones he couldn't see.
若い頃は向こう見捨てね。
Yeah, I think we took that on.
世の非情を呪うことで自らを育んでいた。世界が非情ならばそれ以上に非情になることを武器にして自分の理想を貫こうとしたんだよ。
There will always be some that cannot be saved. It is impossible to save everyone. If I have to lose 500 to earn 1,000, I will abandon 100 and save the lives of 900. That is the most efficient method. That is the ideal. Kiritsugu once said that. Of course, I got mad. I really got mad. Because I knew that without being told. Because I myself was saved like that. I don't even need to be told something as obvious as that. But still, I believed that someone would be a superhero if they saved everyone, even though they think like that. It may be an idealistic thought or an impossible pipe dream, but a superhero is someone who tries to save everyone in spite of that.
そうだね、シロ。結果は一番大事だ。けどそれとは別に、そうであろうとする心が。
Oh yeah, Kiritsugu said something about the heart. I can't remember it too well. After all, it's rare for me to remember something from such a long time ago. I must be in a deep sleep. That must be true, as it's rare for me to dream at all.
シロ、起きてください。そろそろ朝食ではないですか?
Oh, thanks, Saber. See, as proof, I'm in the shameful situation of Saber having to wake me up.
何?
You know, on one hand, I feel like part of Shiro's thought process is definitely the I want to be a superhero kind of mentality he got from Kiritsugu. And that's why he doesn't want people trying to save him, right? See, that's something I don't have an issue with. It's just part of his character, right? Can't say I'm a huge fan of the whole, like, him literally coming out and saying, like, you are female. I can't let you protect me because of that. That's the thing. Like, if it was just, I don't want someone to be, like, my savior or protecting me. I want to save other people of my own power. That would be one thing. That's not what it was. For the most part. Kind of there, but... Sorry, I don't know if I'm making a bigger deal out of this than I need to, but that scene kind of bothered me. I was gonna think of something to say. I couldn't think of anything. Like, I don't know. I guess in the end, it's just kind of part of his character, but I can't say I'm a fan of that part of his character. I raise myself from the futon. It's 6:30. Bright sunlight shines in from outside.
シロ、朝です。朝食の支度はいいのですか?
Apparently not. In front of me is Saber's discontented face.
過ごした。すぐに起きる。
私に謝る必要はないと思いますが、ゆっくりしている余裕がないのは事実です。先ほど、さくらとリンが揉めていたようですから。
Did Tosaka, like, kick her out for a while, or?
さくらと遠坂が揉めていた?
That is a bit surprising. What's that about? I wouldn't be surprised if it was, like, Tosaka trying to keep Sakura away, because now we're training swordsmanship and magic, and things are going to get more dangerous. Hold on. Don't get me cornered into an incomprehensible situation right when I get up.
それって遠坂の部屋でか?
いいえ、今です。私も通りかかっただけですから、詳しくは知りませんが。
わかった。とにかく急ぐ。
Oh. I have something I need to do before that. That is?
何でしょうか、シロ。
おはよう、セイバー。起こしてくれて助かった。
Okay. Can't say I expected that. I greet her, then I really make my way to the hallway. But arguing with Sakura, what's Tosaka doing?
遠坂!
There. There's no sign of Sakura in the living room, and Tosaka is watching the weather forecast by herself.
おはよう。朝っぱらから人の名前を叫ぶなんて穏やかじゃないわね。
She turns around as if asking me what's going on. That's weird. Doesn't seem like she's been arguing with Sakura.
ああ、おはよう。って遠坂、なんでもさくらと揉めたって聞いたんだが、本当か?
I mean, probably. If she's not here at, what, 6:30, it's pretty likely.
え? あ、そっか。セイバーから聞いたのか。
Yep.
ええ。客観的に見ればそういうことになるけど、別に大したことじゃないわよ。単にしばらくここには来るなって言いつけただけだから。
He'll probably have a problem with that, but it's absolutely the right call. She should stay away for a while. She said that so easily? Don't tell me she made Sakura stop coming here.
バカな。その話、さくらは前にも断ってるじゃないか。それを繰り返したところで、さくらが承諾するはずが。
ないけど、交換条件を出したら帰ってくれたわよ。さくらが1週間ここに来なければ、私はおとなしく家に戻るって言ったの。それで交渉成立。しぶしぶだけど帰っていったわ。あ、そうそう。シローによろしくだって。
So now we got a timeline. Oh lord. I mean, it really is for the best, though.
よろしくってお前。
You might not like it, but it was absolutely the right move. She did something so selfish without telling me. Selfish? That is something selfless. She's trying to keep freaking Sakura out of this. No, I'm wrong. Osaka was just doing something I should have done already. Yeah, you should have.
そうだった。悪い。朝から面倒を押し付けちまった。気分悪くしただろう、遠坂。
Glad you realized that.
いや、別に面倒でも嫌でもなかったけど、なんだってそんなこと言うわけ、シロ？
いや、遠坂、さくらと仲が良かっただろ。なのに、面と向かって出ていけなんて2回も言うのは嫌だったはずだ。
Capable of doing it, but maybe didn't want to.
だから悪かったって。しっかりしなくちゃいけないのに、また遠坂に負担をかけた。
いいけどそんなの。私だって自分の安全第一でさくらを追い出したんだし、シローにそう謝られる筋合いなんてないわ。
Sure, that's why we caught you stuttering.
自分の安全第一ってなんでさ？
だってシンジがマスターだったんでしょ。あいつのことだから、シロんとこにさくらがいるって分かったら目の敵にするに決まってるもの。だからシンジとの決着がつくまではさくらはここにいさせない方がいいのよ。
I mean, fair, but... I see. She's right now that she mentions it. I mean, it's definitely partially that. I mean, heck, even if it was an unintended thing on Tosaka's end, maybe it was. It definitely is also for Sakura's safety. I don't think Shinji was lying when he said he wouldn't tell Sakura anything. But having her sister Sakura here might give him the wrong idea.
だよな。シンジから見れば、さくらを人質に取ったように見えるもんな。
そういうこと。もっともそんなことは別にして、
Yeah.
ここが危険なことに変わりはないでしょ。
So she did consider that.
あんまり頻繁に夜出歩かせるのもなんだし、しばらくは遠慮してもらった方がいいのよ。それがさくらのためだし、私たちのためでもある。
まあ、そうだな。さくらには悪いけど、後で謝って許してもらおう。
But I won't be able to tell her why even when that time comes. Yeah, that's gotta make that much harder. It's really getting to me. It's depressing that I've rejected Sakura, who comes to help me all the time, like this.
あら、ずいぶんと元気がないこと。さっき人を怒鳴りつけてくれた異性はどこに行ったのかしらね。エミヤくんはそんなにさくらがいないと寂しいのかな？
Got him. Tosaka makes an evil face. Crap. I knew she would make fun of me if I showed weakness, and now I've done it.
ほっといてくれ。さくらはうちの平和のシンボルだったんだよ。藤姉と俺だけじゃ足りないところを補ってくれてたんだ。それをこっちの都合で追い返したんだから気だって沈む。
You sent her away for your own convenience. When did you send her away?
なんだ、よくわかってるじゃない。それだけ言えれば合格よ。少しは勝ち切ってのが出てきたみたいね。
何が言いたいんだよ、遠坂は。
I mean, a few days ago he might not have accepted this.
わからない？つまりね、戦いが終わればさくらは戻ってくるでしょ。シロは聖杯なんていらないって言うけど、それなら今まで会ってくれた平穏のために戦えばいい。ほら、目的がはっきりしていいじゃない？
I mean, I guess that's a good reason to fight. Osaka says so with a big smile. If she puts it like that, I can only agree. Geez, how should I say this? Once again, I realize that this person is both infinitely ill-natured and really great. That is a,
じゃあしばらくさくらちゃんは来ないの？
That's a pretty good way to look at it. Tosaka, wait. How does it solve anything if Fujini's gonna be here too?
まあ、そういうことだから、藤姉もたまには家で親孝行したらどうだ。じいさん、娘に構ってもらえないって嘆いてたぞ。
お父さんなんかほっといてもいいの。私がいなくたって死にゃしないんだから。それにね、さくらちゃんがいないんなら余計私がしっかりしなくちゃダメじゃない。シロだって男の子だもん。万が一があったら懲戒免職よ。
Man, it ain't like
そうな
that.
ったら責任取ってくれる？シロ？
Yeah.
なことな。
Unfortunately, man's nature does not let me declare that it won't happen.
エミヤくん、何かしらね、今の止めは。
Tough. She glares. Tosaka stares painful.
ないと思う。これはただの下宿じゃないんだ。俺だって分かってる。
そう。よかった。やっぱりエミヤくんは信用できますね、先生。
当然です。シロは私でもちょっと趣味に走りすぎたかっていうぐらい落ち着いてるんだから。
Saber silently watches them while eating. This is only the second day, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this atmosphere.
あ、そうそうシロ。弓道部のことなんだけどね。三辻さんが怪我したっていう話知ってる？
She's totally a master.
三辻が？なんだ、また他の部のやつと喧嘩でもしたのか、あいつ。まったく、もうすぐ3年なんだから少しは落ち着けってんだ。
No way she's not a master.
で、怪我の方はどうなんだよ。割と深いのか。
うん、それは大丈夫。軽い捻挫だって。学校の帰り道に怪しいやつに襲われたそうよ。
あの子って俊足でしょ。スパーッと勢いよく逃げたんだけど、最後に転んで怪我したみたい。
I gotta be honest, I really don't believe that. Or I don't believe that's the full truth. I feel like I'm at a point where I might be more surprised if she wasn't a master than if she was. Because her kind of rivalry, frenemy relationship with Rin could be kind of indicative of the fact that she knew who Rin was, right? Like, she knew she was a magus. And that's kind of why she got close. And I really do feel like it's going to be somebody else at the school is going to be one of the last masters. And I feel like it's going to be somebody we know. I feel like there's a decent chance she's the master of Lancer. Or if not the master of Lancer, then, well, I suppose that only leaves, what, Caster? Right? I mean, it could be Caster, and somebody had she had Caster like put up the boundary field. It's very possible.
そうか。大事がなくてよかった。けど、よりによってあいつにね、命知らずというか、なんというか。どちらにせよ、間抜けな犯人だったな。俺はてっきり
逃げたんじゃなくてノックアウトしたって思ったんでしょう。
Fujini smiles. Indeed, she knows Mitsuzuri Ayaka well.
うん。あいつが逃げるなんてめったにないから。
Yeah, I bet you they had a servant.
しかし、そうか。三つ釣りのやつも賊には弱かったのか。ま、いいんじゃないか。それぐらいのイベントが起きないと、あいつに女らしさを教えるのは不可能だ。
Approving, I eat the well-cooked rice.
ねえねえ、エミヤくん。
Then, Tosaka-rin pats my shoulder with a smile.
私からもちょっと耳寄りな話してあげよっか。
Sure.
なんだよ。今の話以上に耳寄りな話は難しいぞ。本気で。
うん。今まで黙ってたけどね。私と綾子って仲良しなの。休みの日は二人で遊びに行くぐらいの仲って知ってた？
Bet he did not. Hold on. Why are she and Ayako good friends?
はい。
今の話、一言一句間違えずに伝えてあげるから安心して。エミヤくんも喜んでたって言ったら、綾子ったらそりゃあもう瓦10枚はぶち抜くぐらいに喜ぶんじゃないかな。
Oh no. What have you done? Yep, you're dead. She'll be so happy she'll break about 10 roof tiles.
訂正したい。今のは言葉のあやだ。あまり人様に話すような発言じゃないんで、黙っていてくれるととても助かる。
Oh no. What have you done?
そうなの？なら黙っていてもいいけど、それなりの条件がないときついかな。ほら、ついポロッと口に出ることってあるじゃない？
You are truly evil.
お前な、謙虚なセリフを言ってんのににんまり笑ってるってのは良くないぞ。
You are truly evil, Tosaka, and I'm here for it.
あら、ごめんなさい。別に楽しいわけじゃないから誤解しないでね。
You totally are. Oh no, I understand. You really are having fun.
わかった。これから朝食は洋風にする。
Tough.
さっきお前が言ってた朝飯作るならパンにしろという提案も受け入れていい気になったり。
I now feel like accepting your request. Tough.
上出来ね。マーマレードだけじゃなくて、イチゴのジャムも忘れないでくれると嬉しいわ。
Bro, you are taking a massive L right now.
たく、日本の朝を何だと思ってやがる。この外国かぶれ。お前一人の趣味で朝飯を買いやがって。この暴君。
This is tough.
いいえ、それは違います。朝食がパンになるのは私も嬉しい。加えて半熟の卵を用意していただければ文句はないのですが。
That's tough. And Saber adds her opinion.
ああ、そうですか。わかったよ。洋食にすればいいんだろ。くそ。さくらが洋食にしたからって調子づきやがって。
You're not vibing with his food, man.
お望み通り、明日から朝はパンにするから、それで文句はないな。なら、さっきの話は他言無用。絶対に三つにはバラすなよ。
Blackmailed. That's tough. I look away from the two with a humph and start eating. And then,
なんでそんな無駄なことするのかな。
Fujini, who has watched our conversation with wonder, murmurs.
なんだよ。無駄ってなんだよ、藤根。
だって遠坂さんが話さなくても私が三つさんに話しちゃうじゃん。こんな面白い話黙ってられないよ私。
That is tough. Dang. Fujini eats after nodding that it's a problem. Tough. No. I have to come up with some countermeasure real soon, or I'll really lose my position. Bro, I'm sorry, you took an L. Breakfast ends and it's now 7:30. It's rare, but Fujini is still at the house and suggests with a smile that we should go to school together. But I can't do that. The decision last night. As long as I said I wouldn't fight without relying on Saber, I can't be so easygoing. If I have to put any extra time into fighting, I don't have time for school. Ooh, golly, he's just gonna skip. I figured he wouldn't exactly have much time if he went, but
戸締まりはいい？シロ。
I'm not gonna be there.
いや、戸締まりはいいよ。俺、今日学校休むから。
I raise my hand in goodbye and see Tosaka and Fujini off. Is she just gonna let this happen? Fujini freezes for a few seconds and...
ちょっと学校休むってどういうことよ。
え？お？
Seems Tosaka said something Fujini wanted to say.
そうよシロ。学校休むってシロどこも悪くないでしょ。
I'm just built different.
いや、傷が痛んでるんだ。気温が下がると古傷って痛むだろ。そんな感じ。
Oh my god, that is such cap. Oh my god. He really said that.
それ嘘でしょシロ。
That obvious?
嘘だけど、それで勘弁してくれ、藤根。何も学校が嫌ってわけじゃないんだ。やることがあって、そっちのが今は重要なだけなんだ。だからさ。
もうそんな言い方されたら私の負けじゃない。シロが事情を話さない時っていつもそうなんだもん。
Yeah.
昔っからそうだよね。
We really can't tell you about this one. Seems Fujini understands, even though she's complaining.
そういうわけだ。学校の方は遠坂に任せる。
Yeah, I'll leave the school to you, Tosaka. Loser.
そう。まあエミヤくんがいようがいなかろうがこっちには支障はないし。確かに悪くない選択よ、それ。
No, it sounded like it totally mattered. And that's why you were the one that busted out with, "What do you mean you're not coming to school?" I mean, it isn't a bad choice, but it totally does. Totally does matter a little bit to you. Don't lie.
なあ、留守は任せてくれ。しばらくはバイトも休むから、家はそう開けないよ。
わかった。それじゃあ行ってくるね、シロ。怪我で学校を休むんだから、あんまり外に出ちゃダメよ。
I had no plan to leave the house at all.
それじゃあね。今回はいいけど、次からは事前に相談してよね、こういうことは。
Yeah? Wait, since when are you the freaking the master here? What? We can't do things. Okay, I guess we just gotta ask her before we can do things. I mean, I guess we are in an alliance, so it would make sense to clear this stuff beforehand, but like, she makes it sound like this house rolls through her.
さて、雑巾がけぐらいしとかないとな。
Don't you have bigger priorities right now? I already told Saber to come here in a little while. I always do the minimum cleaning necessary, but it's been a few years since I last had a contest with someone. It'd be impolite to the dojo and Saber if I don't at least clean the floor. I mean,
し
fair.
かしあれだな。剣の修行って言っても何をやらされるのやら。
And she should probably maybe start at like the basics. I fought Kiritsugu a few times with Shinai's, but neither of us considered form. It was more like amateurs beating each other up. I never intended to take kendo seriously, and I was only taught what to do if an opponent had a long weapon.
そもそも道具を使って喧嘩するのは苦手だったな。作ったり直したりする方にしか関心がないんだから。
Unless you're about to make and fix freaking a Glock or something, you might want to figure out how to fight. In that regard, this is the first time I will be seriously studying swordsmanship. It seems Saber style is different from kendo, but it should have some similarities, and it shouldn't be so confusing that I can't follow it. Saber must have arrived on time. That's good, as I just finished cleaning too.
待たせたな。今日からここで手ほどきをしてもらうわけだけど。
Oh, did we just get cut off?
どうかしましたか、シロ。何か意外なものを見るような顔をしていますが。
Oh. He cut himself off.
いや、セイバーの服がそのままだったから驚いた。てっきりあっちの格好で来るのかと思ってたから。
We're training with swords, and my image of saber fighting is in that armor, so I selfishly imagined that.
はあ、武装している方がいいというのでしたら着替えますが。そうですね。私がどうかしていました。
I mean, I don't think it's that deep, but...
たとえ試合とはいえ、鎧をまとわないのはシロに失礼です。申し訳ありません。すぐに着替えてきます。
いや、別にそういうわけじゃない。ただの思い違いだからいいんだ。俺もどっちかっていうと鎧姿より今の方がいい。
Is that the truth?
は、ですがこの服装ではシロの気が済まないのではないのですか？
No, I don't think it was that.
気が済まないって確かに今から試合するぞって感じじゃないけど、セイバーが動きやすいって言うんなら問題ないだろう。昼間っから鎧を着込んでたらセイバーだって疲れるしな。
It's a valid point.
それはそうですが、この服装で剣を振るうのはおかしくはないでしょうか？
I mean, it might be a little strange, but I feel like it's not that big a deal. I think we should just get on with the training.
なんでさ、似合ってるんだからおかしくなんかないぞ。俺、セイバーは鎧姿より今の方がいいと思う。
I gotta be honest, I like the armor look, but...
理解しかねます。この服装は確かに気軽なのですが、戦闘には耐えられないでしょう。セイバーとしては不向きな姿だと思うのですが。
I mean, yeah, but what are you gonna do? Let him hit you?
その格好で戦うなバカ。セイバーは女の子だろ。女の子にはそういう服のが似合うんだから、それでいいんだ。
What do you mean don't fight in that outfit? Isn't that what you're here for? Well, I put the rag I was using into the bucket and take 2 shinais down from the wall.
さて、それでどういった鍛錬をするんだ、セイバー。方針は全部セイバーに任せるから、無茶でも何でも言ってくれ。
I toss the shinai to Saber. Saber catches the shinai as if she's distracted and looks at me. Oh lord, is all this girl talk getting to her? What exactly did we say? You're a girl in those clothes suits. Girl, so it's fine.
なんだよ。しないじゃダメか。
She like embarrassed?
まさか僕と。いや、真剣を使えってんじゃないだろうな。
Are you trying to get killed? What a Spartan! That's well beyond what I expected.
あ、いえ、そのようなことはありません。せっかく優れた試合用の模造刀があるのですから、こちらを使うことにしましょう。
But really thought she was about to bust out real swords that fast. Saber takes a deep breath quietly. And she's back to her usual self.
よかった。さすがに木刀で試合をするのは武装すぎる。
Yeah, let alone real ones.
本当に何をやればいいんだ。まず素振り500回とか走り込みとか、そういう体力作りからか。
その必要はないでしょう。私から見てもシロの運動能力は水準に達しています。
Yeah,
これ以上肉体面を鍛えるのであれば、それは1日や2日でできることではありません。
We gotta train technique.
シロは魔術師としては未熟ですが、戦士としては悲観したものではないと思います。幼い頃からよほど懸命に鍛えてきたのですね。
Yeah, I mean, he trains like every day.
まあそれぐらいしか取り柄がなかったからな。体を鍛えるのだけは魔術の才能がなくてもできたことだし。
それが幸いしたのでしょう。ランサーに襲われて死に至らなかったのはシロのそういう努力の賜物ですから。
The second time. But yeah, I suppose that is kind of what saved us. We had that instinct to, when we rolled through the window, to turn around and parry. And that's the only reason we lived as long as we did to even get to Saber.
ですが、それは武器になるほどのものではありません。人間には限界がある。シロの体はその限界の域には程遠いし、突破することも難しいでしょう。ですから私が教えることはただ戦うことだけです。
Yeah. It's a good idea. We're not going to get so much stronger in a day or two that we'll be taking on everybody with brute strength or something, you know?
戦うことだけってどういうことだ？今の口ぶりからして戦う方法を教えてくれるってわけじゃなさそうだけど。
当然です。一朝一夕で戦闘技術など身につくはずがないでしょう。私にできることはマスターに一回でも多く戦いを味わってもらうことだけです。
So what is she gonna like wail on him? It's like, yep, good luck, fight me.
そもそも人に物を教えることは苦手なのですから、私に指示されても困ります。
So what's the plan? They just fight over and over again and eventually he gets better?
もしもし？
When she says that so proudly, as a student, I don't know how to reply.
つまり、要するに、ただ試合をするだけってことかな、セイバ
ー。Yeah, it sounds like it.
ええ。ただそれだけです、マスター。
Bro's gonna come out of this so beat up.
寸止めはなし。お互い相手を殺すつもりで打ち合いましょう。
You're dead. I just reached a bad end, guys. God dang it.
そうですね。1時間もすればどういうことなのか理解してもらえると思います。
So what, is she about to beat some sense into him? Like literally? Saber lightly grips the shinai, ready to start. Still not understanding, I follow Saber's example and grab the shinai. As soon as I do so, the world turns upside down. Did she just knock him out cold in the first hit? That boy seeing stars. Birds chirping in his ear right now. It's like a cartoon. Oh no. In short, Saber's only trying to teach me one thing. The truth that no matter what I do, no matter what scheme I come up with, I cannot ever beat someone I have no chance against.
これ本当に折れてるって間違いなく。
So what? The plan literally was just beat sense into him.
折れているのならもっとたくましい腕になっています。重度の打ち身ですが、今のシローならじきに回復するでしょう。
Brutal.
そうか。よし。ならもう少し続けるか。
You're not tapping out?
まだ続けるのですか、シロー。
Bro's like, yeah, I'll just keep getting beat up.
確かに打ち身ではありますが、すぐに動いていいものではありません。
容赦なく人の腕に打ち込んできて何言ってんだ。いいぜ。セイバーが乗り気じゃないんならその隙。
Opening. It doesn't work, of course. Bro thought he took that opening.
人の話を聞いてください。明らかにシローは疲労しています。そんな体ではせっかくの修練も無駄になるのですから休憩を入れるべきです。
Bro's getting brutalized.
いやでもな、こう明らかに手加減されてるのに打たれっぱなしっていうのは情けない。
Now imagine a servant who isn't going easy on you.
せめて人たちセイバーの眉ぐらいは動かさなきゃ悔しくて倒れられん。
驚くというのでしたら、もう十分驚いています。強情だとは思っていましたが、まさかこれほどとは思っていなかった。
悪かったな。根本的に負けず嫌いなんだ。
This isn't a fight you're ever gonna win.
ええ、それは嫌というほど思い知りましたので結構です。ともかく休憩にしますから、シローも市内を置いてください。
I love this. I gotta be honest. I truly love this. I like Shiro, but I like the fact that she is pretty much trying to beat sense into him. Like, literally.
床も汗で滑りやすくなっている。極限状態での模擬戦でもなし、疲労困憊して足場も不確か。などという状態では意味がありません。
なんでさ、普通戦闘訓練ってのは最悪の状態を想定してやるもんだろ。なら
それこそ無意味でいいですか、シロー。あなたがサーバントと戦うというのでしたら、体力は万全、足場は完全、逃走経路は確保済みという状況以外での戦闘は無意味です。
That's implying you'd manage to get to that escape route.
あなたは全てが充実した状態でなければ、サーバントと戦いにさえならない。最悪の状態で戦うという時点で、あなたは選択を間違えているのです。
Man, even in your best conditions, that's a mistake.
つまりこういう状態では間違っても戦うなってことか。
Yeah, you will just die.
そういうことです。そうなってはどのような奇跡もシローを救いはしないでしょう。あなたの戦いはまず自身を万全にし、的確な状況を模索することから始まるのです。
納得。それじゃ申し訳ないけど休ませてくれ。
I think that's what she was going for. I lean against the wall and slide down. I let out the air collected in my lungs. It should be air, but it's burning hot. While my body is burning with pain, I glance at the clock. It's past 11. We started around 9, so that means we've been doing this for about 2 hours. Dang, we lasted 2 hours of this? The first hour was just me getting beat up. Saber's blows would suddenly strike me and I'd faint slightly. I'd wake up, and just when I thought I'd be careful next time, I'd be knocked out again. Anyways, I was beaten up repeatedly. Maybe because my body got used to it or my power came out from anger, but I can now manage to block the first blow. The problem was after that. Well, after being shown such a skill difference, can a human readily attack back?
Oni.
The answer is, I get knocked out the instant I shrink back. After that, it is like a mouse cornered by a cat. If I'm to be knocked out no matter how I block a blow, all I can do is get desperate and attack. But of course, it's easily deflected and I'm knocked out. But when I get used to that as well... Damn it. I start to gain the composure to think something like that, and the instincts that let me understand I'll be dead the next second become keener. People usually call this being in the zone. So then, I frantically went into defense. The instincts that tell me I'll be knocked out if that blow hits come at me in numbers, so as a living being, it's only natural for me to avoid it. I would manage to elude Saber's barrage of attacks, but I would take a fatal blow while I'm waiting for an opening to counter. And I'd stand up and think that I can manage longer this time. From time to time, I would attack thinking it'd be best to attack if I'm doomed anyway. The 2 hours were just spent repeating that process over and over, so what he did kind of gradually get better, but never to the extent that it actually mattered. I don't know if I can get any stronger doing this. I think this is just a match to help me get used to fighting, so that I won't panic or get too relaxed in front of my enemy. I'm just teaching my body that it is always one mistake away from death. But still, if you ask me if this is meaningless, it's not. As I have no weapons, I believe this tension is the thing I have to value the most.
お疲れ様でした。どこか痛むところはありますか、シロ?
Yeah, everywhere. Before I realize it, Saber is right beside me. I'm so sweaty that I'm dripping onto the floor, but Saber is not even sweating.
痛まないところのが珍しいぐらいだ。ほんと、容赦なくやってくれたな、セイバー。こうまで一方的だと逆に清々しい。
I'll be honest here. 100% of this is me being a poor loser. Yeah?
はい。シローに合わせて加減はしましたが、容赦はしないよう心がけました。手心を加えては 戦いにはなりませんから。
Adjusted to your level. Tough.
そうだな。おかげで今なら首輪が外れたドーベルマンが走ってきても冷静に対処できる。
Oh man, so he just kind of got a little bit of battle instinct, but that doesn't mean he could actually duel a servant.
で、ドーベルマンぐらいじゃまだまだか。俺も全然修行が足りなかった。
I don't think any amount of training will get you ready to fight a servant. I review my actions. I thought I trained my body to be above average, but it's pitiful for me to give up after only 2 hours of fighting with Saber.
いいえ、そのようなことはありません。四郎の打ち込みは一心で力がありました。時にあまりの熱心さに対応を忘れたほどです。
Huh? Forgot to deal with them, what? She's admiring needless things with gentle eyes. My embarrassment suddenly returns. Until now, we were just people fighting without any notion of boy or girl, but isn't this kind of a surprise attack? Am I missing something here? That doesn't seem to bring boy or girl into this. That seems to be a, wow, he's really enthusiastic about this. Oh, right, I have to block this. Like, or dodge this.
いや、ちょっと待った。水飲んでくれ、俺。
水ですか？それでしたら私が汲んできますから、四郎は休んでいてください。
Yeah, you might faint. You try to walk, bro. Saber goes to get me some water.
助かった。
So, just what am I saved from? Embarrassment. I drink the water Saber has brought me. You know, it's my turn. Hold on. To be honest, all the talking I do here kind of hurts my throat. It must still be rest time, as Saber is sitting in a polite Japanese style. I think Saber is really beautiful like that. I'm not thinking she's beautiful from a man's perspective, but I feel she's beautiful in everyone's eyes. She has melted into the dignified atmosphere of the dojo, and has a quietness free of any conflicts. There is an incongruity when such a girl is a servant and showing such willingness to fight. I'd assume that just means kind of like a, I don't know, conflict or something just like vastly different. Like, I can kind of guess the definition of the word, but let me see what it actually is. The state of being incongruous. Really? That doesn't tell me what the word means. Or out of keeping. Okay, yeah. Similar is dissonance. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like the state of dissonance where it's like you see one thing, but she's a servant who has all this willingness to fight. You know, you see this beautiful girl who melts into the dignified atmosphere of the dojo with a quietness free of conflicts, but she's also willing to fight and is, you know, a servant in the Holy Grail War. Right now, only Saber and I are here. This is a good time to ask her something, so... Okay, what to talk about with Saber? I like 1 or 2. I can't say I'm a huge fan of 3. I feel like that would just her pointlessly being like, really? Like, no. Would she answer 1? I mean, maybe. She probably can't tell us much about before she became a servant, right? Could she? I mean, might be worth a shot, right? Just try and learn more about her. Or alternatively, we could just, like, do this one and see if we can find her reason to fight. I don't know. Both are intriguing. I might just reload and do them both, honestly. I'll just do this one first, I suppose. Why does she desire battle so much? I might be able to understand Saber's mindset if I can find out why she seeks the Holy Grail, the reward of the Holy Grail War. But, is that really something I can ask her?
Saber, 一つ聞くんだけど、いいかな？
はい。何でしょう、シロ。
その、聞き忘れていたことなんだけど、セイバーが俺に力を貸してくれるのは、セイバー自身も聖杯が欲しいからなんだろ？なら、一体、セイバーは聖杯に何を求めているんだよ？
聖杯を求める理由ですか？ただ欲しいからではいけないのでしょうか？聖杯は万能の器です。手に入れれば叶わない願いはない。それを求めることに理由などありません。
So what, does she not have an immediate wish right now? Just a general desire to obtain it?
違う。そういうことを聞いてるんじゃないんだ。セイバー、わざとごまかしているだろう。それ。
It did feel more like she was dodging the question, but...
シロ、それは...
Yeah, there's not much she can tell us, huh?
求める理由じゃない。その、叶えたい願いっていうのが何なのか知りたいんだ。けど、セイバーが言いたくないんなら言わなくていい。自分の願いなんて人に聞かせられるものばかりじゃないからな。
Saber closes her mouth awkwardly. Well, it's only natural. Saber didn't form the contract to help me personally. Since the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail are the Masters, she's only helping me to take share in the reward. That is why she must be hesitating to tell me her wish, and most of all, I myself don't want to hear Saber describe a selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked. After all, it's rude for a person without a clear wish to ask other people's wishes.
シロ、それはマスターとしての命令ですか？
I mean, I'm not using like a command spell on this. Suddenly, Saber asks the question with a serious expression.
いや、違う。そういうつもりじゃない。ただ、セイバーのことが気になっただけなんだ。つまらないことを聞いてすまなかった。
いいえ、確かにサーバントとしてマスターには己が望みを口にしておかねばなりません。シロ、私が聖杯を求める理由はある責務を果たすためです。私は生前に果たせなかった責任を果たすため聖杯の力を欲している。
I mean, that definitely narrows it down a bit, but doesn't really tell us what it is directly. With honest eyes, she says so.
責任を果たす。生前ってサーバントになる前のか？
はい。ですが、私にも本当のところはわからない。私はただやり直しがしたいだけなのかもしれません。
Huh? Saber looks down quietly. I feel like this totally is gonna tie into her backstory pretty hard. What, did she, like, make some mistake or let something happen that she really regretted? That'd be my best guess, but for a moment, she looks like a repentant, lost child.
そうか。ともかく、それで安心した。セイバーがさ、登坂みたいに夢は世界征服よなんて言い出したらどうしようかって心配したぞ。
リンが聞いたら怒りますね。彼女はそういうことを口にする人間ではありません。彼女ならば聖杯を自分のためだけに使うでしょうが、それは決して世を混乱に陥れるものではないでしょう。
Agreed.
そうか？俺は違った意味で あいつにだけは聖杯を渡しちゃいかんと思ってるが。
That is. I nod to myself. Saber is watching me with a gentle expression. That's the end of the conversation. It was a subject I should have kept away from. The atmosphere is softened by talk of Tosaka, so let's end this conversation right here. But a small pain remains in my chest. Even though I'm relieved that Saber's wish isn't a vulgar one, I think there's something wrong with that wish of hers. Well, talking has cooled me down, so let's continue with the training. Should we? Or do we stop here? Looks like well, I have to cut some of the video, like always. So I don't know what we're really at, but I'm at 2:08 on the recording. I doubt I cut so much that we're not approaching 2 hours anyways. Let's just not delve into another scene. Let's go ahead and end it here. I'm sure this wouldn't be a big one, but you know what? Instead of doing that, we'll just load here. And because I want to do like one more. We'll just see what happens if we ask her about her past before she was a servant. Before she became a servant. I wonder what Saber was like when she was alive as a human. Saber is so beautiful, and I bet everyone liked her. Though one might misunderstand from the name Saber, she might have been a normal girl who didn't even use a sword. Yeah, that's how she became a heroic spirit, bro. For sure.
Saber, 以前はどんなやつだったんだろう?
I'm sure she became a heroic spirit by being somebody who never used a sword. Or like, I mean, I guess maybe she didn't have to use a sword. Maybe she used another weapon, but I get curious and I accidentally speak my mind.
はい。何か言いましたか、シロ?
A little bit.
いや、セイバーはどんなやつだったのか想像してただけだ。別にセイバーの使命を知りたいんじゃなくて、どういう生活を送ってたのかなって。
はあ。私がどういう人間だったかですか。おかしなことに関心を持つのですね、シロは。
迷惑だったら聞き流してくれ。単に思いついただけなんだ。セイバーはセイバーのサーバントだけど、サーバントになる前はもっと違った人間だったんじゃないかって。
Seems like a valid line of thought to me, but yes. I think that she might have led a calm life suitable for a lovely girl. Well, no. She became a heroic spirit, dude. There was clearly some conflict there. I mean, she's considered a hero. I guess maybe she could have been a hero that never picked up a sword. Right? That just seems highly unlikely, given the situation.
それはありえないと思います。サーバントになったからといって性格が変わるわけではないし、私は生まれた時から剣を与えられた騎士ですから。あなたの言うような違った私は存在しなかった。
Yeah, I was gonna say, that seemed a lot more likely to me.
うわ、じゃあ昔からそんなにきつい性格してたのか、セイバー。そりゃ大変だ。俺、周りの人たちに同情するかも。
Did you just say that?
それはどういう意味でしょうか。私は厳しくはありますが、周りに強要した覚えなどありません。
Bro, you did not just say that.
嘘つけ。今日の特訓ぶりでな、セイバーが情け容赦ないやつだって思い知った。
I mean, maybe, but...
見ろ、このミミズバレ。人がちょっと間違えただけで危機として打ち込んでくるんだから、この鬼教官。
Jesus.
私は喜んでなどいません。シロには申し訳ありませんが、厳しくしなければ鍛錬にならないでしょう。
I mean, fair. How unusual. It's really surprising for Saber to make that kind of an expression. Yeah, it is.
何ですかその目は。いきなり黙り込むのは卑怯だと思います。
ああ、いや、セイバーがそういう風に怒るのが意外でびっくりした。
I wasn't either, to be fair.
そうですか。私としては思ったことを主張しただけなのですが。
ああ、セイバーあんまり自分の感情で話さないじゃないか。だから今のは新鮮だった。
そうでしょうか。私は自分の信念に基づいて行動しているつもりですが、
だからそれはセイバーの気持ちじゃなくて考えだろ。そうじゃなくて素直に思ったままのことをあんまり話さないじゃないか、セイバーは。
Calling her out.
それは当然です。私に求められるものは個人としての意見ではなく立場としての意見ですから。それは今も昔も変わらない。
Come on, you know Shiro's gonna be like, well, I want your opinion as an individual.
私はセイバーのサーバントとしてシロを守る。そのため以外のことを口にするべきではないし、考える必要もないでしょう。
それはそうだけど、それじゃあセイバーがつまらないだろう。
I mean, I guess.
セイバーには役割があるんだろうけど、それにかかりきることはないんじゃないか。セイバーにだって自分のやりたいことがあるんだから。
There's no way like any other master in history has been like this with their servant, right?
ですから、私のやるべきことはシロを守ることです。ただでさえマスターとして未熟だというのに、私の言うことも聞かず戦おうとするあなたをこうして鍛えているのではありませんか。
いや、そういうことじゃないんだけど。
Jeez.
まあ、セイバーがそう言うならいいか。
It's getting a little snappy compared to normal. She's not in the wrong, but seems Saber is softer and cheerful right now, so I don't want to ruin this calm mood by continuing this conversation. Okay, well, I feel like that didn't really change much. We'll just stick with the original one we chose, in case that is somehow a relevant choice, which I doubt, but I know I can just skip the scene, so yeah, I'll just skip the scene. And in case that's somehow relevant, we will stick with that, because that was our first choice. Bookmark. One last thing I want to do before I end this, I want to look at the assassin on the status screen. We haven't looked yet. Okay, so first of all, abilities. I think Wise Up is probably just telling us this is new information. Yeah, A plus agility makes sense. A luck. Oh, wow, that's really good luck. Trash can magic. Meh strength. Oh yeah, well I guess we don't know what his noble phantasm is if he actually has one. We do know his like ability though. Details. A master swordsman whose existence is doubted even though his name remains. He is a handsome swordman who uses a 90-centimeter longsword. Mano Hoshizao. Hoshizao? Wow, I messed that one up. Mano Hoshizao. I probably still messed it up, whatever. He was born in the Iroku era, and it is claimed that he gained his fame around the 10th to 17th year of the Kaicho era, but the truth is still a mystery. This is because all books that note him are inconsistent in terms of years, and his name is not even mentioned in the book Goren no Sho, written by his biggest rival, Miyamoto Musashi. According to record, Kojiro is from the Echizen country and studied under the originator of the Toda style. He favored a longsword, and after defeating his master's younger brother, he named his own style Ganryu. After that, he traveled around the country as a master swordsman. It is said that he developed a secret technique, Tsubame Gaishi, which could even kill a flying shallow around the Nishiki River in the Suo region. Good lord. I cannot read a lot of these words. These are tough. I have not seen names like these. Very different. After that, he terrified swordsmen around the country and battled against Miyamoto Musashi at Funijima to maintain the reputation of the domain he served, dying in process. That has to mean dying in the process. Because of his sword's length, he could not fight while holding onto his sheath, so he threw away his sheath in front of Musashi, and Musashi's quote when he saw that, "Kojiro, you lose," is all too famous. Miyamoto Musashi was one of Japan's best swordsmen. Sasaki Kojiro is known as Musashi's worthy rival, but his real figure is hazy like the moon on water. While it is said that there was a person like him, we have to say the figure of Sasaki Kojiro passed down to the present is a fictional swordsman. Well, I suppose it doesn't actually matter here, right? Anti-personnel, demonic sword, maximum target, one person. It's supposed to be 3 arcs at the same time, but he didn't have space for the horizontal one. unavoidable attack, different than Gaibulg. Yeah, Gaibulg in this work very differently, but are supposed to have the same result of being an attack that you can't dodge. Okay. Aaron Serene, a barrier that nullifies mental intervention. Since he is not an assassin, he cannot use the assassin ability presence concealment, but he can conceal his presence as a master of martial arts. Wait. Okay, so because he wasn't naturally an assassin, was just kind of put into the class. He can't use presence concealment. Well, maybe that's for the best. Knowledge of Foremost Harmony, B. Special ability that prevents reduction of the effectiveness of attack no matter how many times it is used against the same opponent. X will not be perceived by the enemy. No matter how many times it uses the same attack, it won't lose its power. Interesting. And we don't know of a noble phantasm. Okay, interesting. So we only have Caster left to actually find. And we still have plenty of information to find about. Rider, Archer. We only need Lancer's Master. We have everything else. We have everything on Berserker. I mean, as we fight more, we might learn more. But for now, we have everything. Okay, so just wanted to take a quick peek at that. Anyways, that is all we've got for this episode. This episode, I mean, it was really good. It started off really good. We had the fight going on. We met Assassin. So there is now only one servant left to be met, which is really interesting. I'm excited to eventually meet Caster. I mean, the fight was really interesting. We kind of saw Saber's like true potential, somewhat. I mean, she didn't even actually use it, right? Because the fight got interrupted. We don't know who was there, right? I mean, it might be somebody we knew. It could have been a setup. If it was a setup, I'd assume it was Shinji. But I mean, I guess technically it could have been Tosaka, but I really doubt it. She wanted to kill us that bad. Like, I feel like she could do that somewhere fairly easily. Like, I feel like if she was going to turn on us, she wouldn't have to, like, do it at those woods. So I highly doubt it was her. And either way, she didn't do anything really suspicious, like lead us towards the woods. The only person who led us to the woods was Shinji, right? Or not the woods, the temple, right? The only person who led us to the temple was Shinji. So if we're suspicious of anyone, it's got to be Shinji, right? I mean, unless it was just genuinely somebody who was watching us, right? Somebody unrelated that didn't bring us there. But I mean, it did kind of feel like an ambush. Or like it was meant to be, at least. So, a little suspicious of Shinji, but I don't know. Wait, now that I think about it, what the heck did Ryder's words even mean? That she said the servant knew the hearts of men, right? I mean, maybe I just misinterpreted that, but I don't know. What is the true meaning of that? Is that just kind of like a warning of his like inner harmony? Is that a reflection of the master instead? I don't know. Maybe that had more meaning than I thought. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to stick on that too long. I don't really have any extra information that could get me where I need to be there. Or get me to the point where I'd actually make a revelation, right? I don't think I'm reaching that point anyways. So we'll just kind of drop that. But anyways, the fight was really cool. It was kind of cool seeing what Saber's capable of. It's cool just seeing another fight, you know? And Assassin, I mean, the way he was fighting was interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing more of them. And then we got the scene that I didn't like. I kind of already talked about that, right? I don't like the blatantly sexist part of Shiro's character, but I mean, what am I going to do? Change that? Like, No reason to spend that much time dwelling on it. As I mean, I kind of already talked about it earlier. I'm sure I could kind of talk about it more here, but I don't feel like I need to. I kind of talked about it like when the scene happened. One big thing is we did kind of get Sakura to leave. I feel like we should probably try to get Fujini to leave as well if we're going to get Sakura to leave. No point in having one here and the other is not, right? If we're going to kick them out, we need to kick them both out, but whatever. But we've started our training as well. We kind of just got like mercilessly beat up, but I mean, maybe it helps give us some battle instincts. Seems like a lot of important things happened this episode, honestly. This isn't one of the episodes where I'm like, oh, well, I swear there were important things, right? You just can't see them. I mean, the important things are pretty obvious, but I still like to recap them. Anyways, I thought this was a really good episode. I mean, good balance. I mean, we had, like, you know, fighting. We had the more, like, down-to-earth, just at the house stuff. It was all really interesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's a decent chance I don't record tomorrow. This also might end up being late. I might end up accidentally skipping a day because it's really late. I don't know if I'll be able to render this before falling asleep. But either way, I mean, I might take a break soon, but I'll try to keep pumping out videos. Not just for the sake of pumping them out or anything. I just really like playing the game. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here, like for real this time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed this episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed it at least as much as I did playing it. Next episode should be soon. Hopefully, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And I hope I will see you guys there. Peace.